Establishing norms within the classroom at the beginning of a school year is the most important part of creating a caring, nurturing, and secure learning environment. Norms address everything from student to student interactions, personal property, communication, transitions, and intolerance.
Listen and respond to each other rather than just
When students are involved in building the norms themselves, with their own ideas and language,
Think about situations where you learn best.
the norms are more meaningful and effective.
What makes it that way? What are you doing? What are the qualities and characteristics?
Norms are not a list of rules or bad behaviors to avoid.
Encouraging others.
Give and receive good, helpful feedback.
They are a list that describes the positive environment they want to live in.
There are three major benefits to creating classroom norms with students. 1. The students will feel valued. 2. The students will understand the value of collaboration. And 3. The students will have a clear understanding of the expectations. In the beginning of the school year, I spend a month going over classroom norms. My students have sketchbooks, so we spend a lot of time with our sketchbooks visualizing and drawing out what respect looks like, what being nice, sharing, etc. looks like. It's really important to me that my students know that my art classroom is a community working space. It is our art classroom, and there are students of all ages working in this space and sharing tools, supplies, and storage space. A few years ago, with a group of students in Chengdu, I developed 3 guidelines that my students write in their sketchbooks and recite daily in both Chinese and English for the first several months. We deep dive into each one of these guidelines and discuss what respect means for each one. Respect your classmates and teachers. How do we show respect to our teachers, classmates, and anyone else who might come into the classroom? How can we incorporate kindness and empathy into this guideline? Respect your artwork. How do we show respect to the artworks that we create, to the artworks that we view at museums and in galleries, to the artworks that we see in books and online? How can we incorporate growth and perspective into this guideline? Respect your classroom and supplies. How do we show respect to the space we are given to work in and the supplies we are given to use? How can we incorporate gratitude and appreciation and resourcefulness into this guideline? Throughout the year, but definitely at the start of the year, I focus on collaborative work. I want the students understanding that working together is fun and engaging. This helps to solidify a team mentality in our classroom. Students become normalized to the idea of helping each other, brainstorming ideas together, and sharing responsibility. Collaborative working spaces are also relatively chatty working spaces, so I let the students know that talking is okay as long as we are using our inside voices. Beginning of the year collaborative activities in the art classroom, for me, look like large-scale paper murals, famous painting, watercolor puzzles, and wall weavings. Relationship building with students is probably the most meaningful thing a teacher can do. Students who feel safe and supported and loved are more likely to perform better academically. Relationship building bolsters closeness, helps with consistency, creates harmony in the classroom, and forms trust between the students, their parents, and the teacher. Activities to help build relationships with students generally takes very little time, but the reward is huge and can be everlasting. Simple things like playing music during transitions, shoulder pats after a job well done, and intensive listening during sharing sessions can create vital connections and engage confidence in students of all ages. Personal morning greetings build character and mutual respect. Calling students scholars or artists or scientists, whichever title might fit the class being taught, can help the students visualize success and feel important. Know the students as people. Learning about their families and pets and likes and dislikes helps develop a strong, long-term bond that extends beyond the classroom. This kind of bond can help students grow a lifelong love of learning because they have positive associations with the people that are facilitating their learning in the early years.
Outstanding work.
Emotion and learning are completely connected. If you're in a positive emotional space, if you feel good about yourself, your teacher, That actually opens up the opportunity for more learning.
Good to